Let's go right across to get early reactions from all our guests on that. Syed Zafar Islam will, of course, be smiling and say, I told you so. But Dhaval Kulkarni, are you surprised if these numbers hold? Then the do or die battle that the Thackerays have, clearly the Thackeray brand is no longer resonating.
I agree with what Sana Malik said here. I mean, I think I'll put the figure at a more conservative one of around 120 or so, because over the past 4 or 5 days or so, you've seen a fight back from the Sena UBT and the MNS. But I think eventually, I mean, the numbers will determine what will happen to the Sena UBT in the future. Because if they...
But if these are the numbers, what happens if these are the numbers, that they are ending between 58 and 68 together?
No. See, I think even if they lose, I think the extent of that loss will be very important. So suppose they get around 60 to 70 seats. So it will show the Sena UBT's faithful or the core voters that the party is some chance of revival in the party. The party can revive itself. Because otherwise, I think you will see at least some desertions from the ranks, including from the party's the elected representatives. But I think what is more important to sort of, or rather pertinent to note here, is that you cannot fight demography, right? The Sena UBT is largely a Marathi-centric party, and when it comes to polarization, you cannot polarize beyond 60 to 70% of the vote. Of course, there's the whole sort of
but the fact is, Dhaval,
transfer of votes is a myth.
No, the fact is, even with the demographic shifts taking place in Mumbai, there are about 144 seats where Maharashtrians play a major role, where they have more than 40% of the votes. Yes, the Maharashtrians are spreading thinly now across the city. North Indian population has crossed 20%. In the Lok Sabha, there was the Mamu factor, Maharashtrians coming together with Muslims, and thereby the Shiv Sena Congress alliance, then UBT and Congress, won 4 of the 6 seats. Now what are we seeing? If these numbers hold, it means the BJP and Shinde Sena are doing it well in the Marathi, some of the Maharashtrian constituencies as well. So clearly, it is not a one-way street, Dhaval. If these numbers hold, even within certain Marathi-speaking pockets, it's not necessarily one-sided.
No, it's certainly not one-sided. So as I said, the whole logic of a monolithic transfer of votes is a myth. Even within Maharashtrians, you have the upper class Maharashtrians, upper caste Maharashtrians who are more comfortable voting for the BJP. Even there's a section of OBCs and the Hindu Dalits in which the RSS and the Sangh Parivar have made huge inroads. Let us not forget that. So even if the Sena UBT tries to polarize the Marathi Manu, they can't polarize beyond 60 to 70%.
Right.
But what has happened was, I mean, which is what I was trying to say here, is that you cannot fight demography. The fact of the matter is that the Marathi voters in Mumbai are shrinking. So let me quote from the 2021 census figure, 2011 census figures. So the number of the Marathi speakers in Mumbai, in the dictatorial census decreased by around over a lakh or so. But at the same period, you see a 40% growth in the number of Hindi speakers. So so if you go to the old quarters of Mumbai, like Kumbarwada, Kumbar Tukda, etc., these were largely Maharashtrian, Gujarati, Marwadi, Jain dominated area, very cosmopolitan. Today, the largest and most striking demographic there in that particular geography is that of the Hindi speakers. So the city,
so the Marathi speaker, just to explain to our viewers, at the turn of at independence time, Maharashtrians were just under 50%. By the turn of the century, they had come to around 40-45%. Now some numbers say Maharashtrians are at around 35%. So the shift, the erosion of that Marathi vote on one side, the rise of the North Indian vote has changed Mumbai's demographics completely.
No, and Rajdeep, at the time, when the state of Maharashtra with Mumbai as its capital was formed on the 1st of May 1916, the Marathi demographic
Zafar
in
Islam
Mumbai
wants
was
to come in as well.
45%. So this decline,
because if these numbers actually hold, we are looking at a completely new Mumbai then, Rajdeep.
Absolutely.
Mumbai, different from what you have known.
No, look, I think, Mumbai has always been a city in flux.
Yes.
It has waves of migrants. The biggest migration in Mumbai in the last 25 years has been North Indians. And when I look at the numbers that are being done in the Axis My India poll, it's very interesting. Among the Marathi-speaking voters, as per this exit poll, the Shiv Sena UBT is getting about 60% plus of the vote. But the moment you go to North Indians, they're almost 70% voting for the BJP-led alliance. And that's the big difference that's taking place in Mumbai. Mr. Hashmi, the Shiv Sena UBT, if these numbers hold, do you agree with what is being suggested? There could be a further erosion in your party. Leaders may leave, MPs, MLAs. If these numbers hold, it is bad news for the Thackerays.
No, it's not like that. Actually, these elections are the BMC elections, municipal elections. These elections should fight on the local body basis, local issues. It's not a state election or a national election, first of all. The second thing is that you know that in 2022, how BJP splitted original Shiv Sena. So they are playing always a power of money. So with that, definitely we faced a huge loss. But still we are trying कि हम जितना अच्छा हो सकता है उतना अच्छा अपना पार्टी के लिए अपने लोगों के लिए करें जिस तरह आपने
Dr.
बात
Hashmi,
की
the
है
other
मराठी
reading could
स्पीकिंग
be that you are looking at linguistic identity here, just the identity of the Marathi voters. You have not really expanded the way BJP has or the other side has. You have
no
limited yourself.
BJP it's not about limited because BJP has influence especially on North Indians because the party is already led by North Indians, not the Marathi people. That's why the North Indians are definitely inclined towards BJP and they have many prominent leaders of North Indians because they are Hindi speaking people and they are businessmen community. Basically, the BJP party is running the party as a corporate company. So they are targeting very specifically to whom they should target. आपको पता है कि मराठी
Let me
मानुस
bring
जो
in,
होता है
you make an interesting point that the BJP is run, you're claiming, like a corporate company. Mumbai is the city, commercial capital of the country. Rajat Sethi, do you believe that the BJP in its new avatar is the flexibility of the BJP that it's able to align itself with the North Indian voter in Mumbai along with also catering to the Marathi Manus? So Devendra Fadnavis speaks also about the Marathi Manus and how the Marathi Manus should get jobs. At the same time, we'll speak about the need to make Mumbai into a truly cosmopolitan hub. Has the BJP in a way outsmarted the Shiv Sena if these numbers hold? Or is it money power? Is this a corporate enterprise driven by sheer money power? Because ward elections, you have very small electorates. You can pay and win an election.
Well, Rajdeep ji, you know of all people, all kinds of people who contest from any party are filthy rich in Mumbai. Okay, so everybody has money. It's not just about national party having more resources at disposal versus a corporator which is contesting from the Congress party. So that is not the case, number one. I think from Shiv Sena, Thackeray Sena
BJP
combined,
is outspending parties 10-1, Rajat. Anyone who travels through Mumbai, all I saw were hoardings of
I can name
Devendra
you
Fadnavis and Eknath Shinde.
those posters are one thing. Individually, if you pick corporators, they would have assets upwards of 1,000 crore plus. That is the reality. That is the unfortunate reality, and this is why we see the urban infrastructure crumbling because nobody cares. See, what I feel is on the Thackeray Sena, the fundamental problem is crisis of ideology. And I keep saying this, if a Sarvana Bhavan tries to sell biryani, वो ना डोसा बेचेगा ना बिरयानी बेच पाएगा. That is essentially the problem that Shiv Sena has under Uddhav Thackeray. Now the problem on the other side is that if you want to be more expansive, you lose out on your base. So what ends up happening is Raj Thackeray abuses, literally his goons go out and beat North Indians. And on top of that, do you expect that the North Indians will come out and vote for you? Why on earth would they come out and vote for you? You basically belong to a very sectarian, a very language-driven politics, which is already done and dusted. I don't think BJP, from the wiring of the BJP's DNA itself, will ever think, while tactically here and there they might use one card, their card, but the core DNA of BJP will never see a North Indian versus a Mumbaikar versus a Marathi Manus or anything of that sort. Therefore,
Zafar Islam?
I think
It's an interesting point that Rajat Sethi makes, Maria, because it's, Uddhav Thackeray, when in 2012 created this idea of Me Mumbaikar. And he said Mumbaikars include everyone. It was supposed to be more inclusive. And he succeeded. Now with Raj Thackeray as his partner, Raj Thackeray's image is that I'm going to be the hardline Marathi chauvinist, much like Bal Thackeray was in his original form. And he did target North Indians for a long time. And he shifted party. He shared a platform with Narendra Modi ji in 2024 Lok Sabha. Now he's with Uddhav Thackeray. He's also praised Sharad Pawar in 2019. So Raj Thackeray may actually be a liability more than an asset. Because the moment he comes in, as Rajat says, the North Indians say, yaar, inke saath to humko nahi kuch karna hai. And we don't know how the Muslims may have also voted, because the Muslims also may be slightly uncomfortable with the Raj Thackeray. They are far more comfortable in a way with Uddhav
Okay,
Thackeray.
so